If you're like me, you're probably wanting to have a minimalistic setup when it comes down to your camera setup. And let's be real, as photographers, we want to capture everything that we can, so it's a little bit harder to do, but today I want to share my 3 minimalist camera setups. And first and foremost, I know it's going to be more opinion-based, so this is what has worked for me, and I hope that the knowledge that I can pass on to you from my experiences will help you out to find the right minimal setup for you. But let's get right into it. My first compact setup is using my Sony a7C Mark II with a 35 f2.8 pancake lens and as well the 50mm f2, since they're both little lenses that I can bring along in a nice little sling bag and to capture some nice behind the scenes or any kind of video that I would want to, where I don't want it to be too cinematic, for lack of a better way to use it, is my Osmo Pocket 3. This setup allows me to just have my camera nice and easy around my neck, where I can just go ahead and pick it up, turn it on, take some photos however I want to, and just let it kind of hang around as I'm walking about and everything. I'm able to even use my little lens to just kind of put them into my pockets if I really need to, and as well my Osmo Pocket 3 if I just want to kind of have something smaller and, you know, not have to have a sling bag with me. But depends on the day, I might bring a little sling bag like the Moment bag that I have, which is a little nice one to use when I want to keep it nice and condensed down, but it looks just like maybe a little sling bag that I can use out and about. This is one of my most favorite minimalistic because it truly is the most minimalistic setup of today's setup, because I'm able to go ahead and have just a fixed focal length where I don't have to think about much else but composition. It allows me to create something fast and efficiently with something very compact, but as well I'm able to capture some video if I want to when I'm walking or anything. If I want to have maybe a little bit of a short form video, whenever I want to go ahead and capture a moment that I want to capture simply with just this small setup. I genuinely use this quite often when I'm just going to go run errands, because I want to bring a camera, because you never know what you're going to miss out on or what you can capture. So it's better to have a small compact camera like this, mainly put it around my neck and just go ahead and walk around while I'm just doing simple errands, whether it's going to the grocery store, going out to have some coffee, or anything in between as I'm just walking around the area that I live in. You never know what you're going to go ahead and capture, so it's nice to have this to just go simply take some photos and be ready to go for any moments to be had. My next minimalistic setup is using my nice Nomadic Luma sling bag with the a7C Mark II with a 20-70 f4. Always have variable ND filter in case I want to take some videos or anything on the go throughout the day, but as well have my Osmo Pocket 3 because I love using this for the nice blogging part of my videos, but then I can use this for more of a cinematic setup if I want to do more kind of stationary moving still images, if you will, with the video, but as well take some nice tasty photos. One of the reasons why I really enjoy bringing this bag with me with this minimal setup is because I'm able to comfortably have my camera in here and as well the Osmo Pocket 3 with the extra battery little kind of attachment, because it all fits so smoothly in here like that. It's probably one of the most minimalistic setups that I can have a lot more range when it comes down to having a 20-70 range for a focal range, and then having my Osmo 3 for more of the videos, kind of like the establishing shots of any kind of sort for video, and just have everything covered for what I need. The 20-70 being an f4 is something that I genuinely have been enjoying a lot more, just because it has that wider range all the way to the 70, that I even got rid of my Sigma 24-70 because the weight of this lens and as well the focal range was just very nice. The f4 doesn't put away from me for, you know, video or photo. I don't mind cranking up my ISO. Done a video actually about the a7C Mark II even shooting at 12,800, so I'm okay with just going ahead and, you know, keeping it at an f4 consistent aperture lens where I have a great focal range, great size, and I'm able to go ahead and use it without feeling like I'm going to miss a moment, due to the fact that I can also shoot with the a7C Mark II in APS-C mode and get a little bit of extra range when it comes down to video. Plus I can hide some accessories right here, whether it's more batteries or anything like that, have a nice little bag to go, and it feels great to be able to just use it and create the content that I need to, whether it's just going out to go take photos or maybe some behind the scenes photos for maybe a shoot or anything of that sort, or as well just do a full-on video if I want to make sure that I have my talking head videos for the vlogging part, get some nice b-roll with the camera itself, and as well take photos with the camera and have everything sorted out without having to bring a bigger setup, because having that minimalistic kind of feel of just going out to create makes you sometimes feel more creative, because you know you're not bringing too much gear and you're able to have that limitation to get that creativity going. Now this is my minimalistic setup when I know I need to create a lot more when it comes down to having more focal range, giving up a little bit of wideness, but also having a little bit extra gear that I know will make sure that I capture everything that I truly will need to on just one going, where I won't need a 2-camera setup. This is a setup where I actually have one of my most favorite lenses, and this is something that I truly enjoy bringing with me because it's probably the most amount of focal range that I really want, because I love shooting at 35 the most, all the way now to the 150, and that's having the 35 to 150 with my Sony a7 IV, because it has a better, you know, kind of grip and everything that I need to with this nice little lens. Have the dual SD card slot in case I'm having to record something more professionally or anything like that for YouTube, to have a little bit of a backup or more memory depending on what I want to do. But as well, I like to keep my nice little microphone in here for my DJI Osmo for whatever I want to record with it, or even for my Sony a7 IV. And as well, have the Osmo Pocket 3 and have my Go 3 to be able to have some POV, you know, street photography style of videos, or just have anything vlogging of my needs to cover everything that I truly will need with this setup. This setup is probably the more versatile full setup, if you will, for a minimalistic setup for myself. It really just does everything I need to. I'm okay with giving up the more wider range that I would have had with maybe my 20 to 70 or even my 20 to 40 by Tamron, just due to the fact that I would want to have a more telephoto range for most of the things that I would want to do for myself, but I still have enough wideness with my 35. One of the things that I even personally do a lot whenever it comes down to needing extra wideness is shooting with my iPhone if I truly need a very wide shot that I just want to capture something, because my iPhone will do more than likely justice for a wider shot. Mainly due to the fact that when I do a wide shot is I want to have everything kind of in focus anyway, so the iPhone will do the job just perfectly fine, and I can clean up the image enough in post that it won't look as digital to my liking, so it'll be perfectly fine. And with this setup, I'm able to just go ahead and get some nice tasty B-roll, because if I want to put a variable ND filter, I can still fit it into my nice little sling bag, which I like using the Wonder bag for this setup because it's a little bit heavier. This has more cushion than the Nomadic one that I have for the slinger bag that I have from the Luma line. So it helps me out to just go ahead and wear it more all day long while having enough range for everything that I would need and capture enough footage or photos or anything with a minimalistic setup without having to bring a second camera. Because realistically, it's nice to be able to have the Osmo 3 to just go ahead and do more of the vlogging, be able to go ahead and capture the moments that I need to talk the most, because I can connect my DJI Osmo kind of like Mic Mini that I can you know, use with it together combination, you know, the DJI Mic Mini with the Osmo 3, and as well even use the microphone that's on the Osmo 3 to be able to use it just fine, and even with the Go 3, because the Go 3 is really great to use if I need something super quick and just I need to create something fast and efficiently, especially for more the behind the scenes of the POV kind of style, because it helps me showcase what I'm doing for my audience, and it's just a great minimal setup. And maybe if you're wanting to go ahead and create content for yourself, not necessarily talking to people, it's good to have a little bit of a POV to show people what you're doing, to get a little short like little video that you can post on social media and, you know, be active on social media in that aspect if you really want to. Because for myself, what I usually do is have my Osmo 3, put the necklace on and around so I can just have this up and about, and then simply just have my camera to showcase a little bit of the behind the scenes whenever I'm out and about that I need to just capture something quick, or maybe for a little bit of the B-roll that I'm going to integrate into my videos that I've been using for the vlog part, or any of the cinematic kind of B-roll that I've used for this camera. I have a little bit of a backup when it comes down to having more for the storytelling, which is something nice to have with this minimal setup, because I have enough range, I have the nice wideness, and I have a vlog slash more cinematic feel of things with the Osmo 3, because it has a really great, you know, 10-bit color and everything that allows me to have a little bit more security to capture everything I need to be minimalistic, but have a lot of power when it comes down to the camera setups that I'm bringing. So these are my 3 minimalistic setups when it comes down to everyday content creation for myself that I do, whether I want to do just more photo centered, a little bit of a mix of a hybrid kind of setup for photo and video, and as well when it comes down to doing a little bit more video creation with photo, that I need to have a little bit more behind the scenes kind of style of camera setup with a nice focal range like my 35 to 150. Of course, these are just my kind of setups, my opinion. It's just going to be what works for me with the gear that I've, you know, acquired over the years that have worked out for my needs. Your needs might be different, you might have different gear, but you can establish it to a little bit of what you're trying to do and create, because everything can be translated into that aspect. For example, if you don't have a 20 to 70, you could use your 24 to 70, or maybe your 20 to 40 by Tamron. Who knows? You might have those kind of gear setups. So you don't have a 35 to 150, maybe you have a 24 to 105, or maybe, I don't know, like a 28 to 70, whatever it might be that works out for you, maybe that's going to be the best outcome. But at the end of the day, everything can be applied to what could work out best for you. This is just what has worked out for me when it comes down to having, very minimalistic setup, so I don't have to bring a whole backpack with me, that I can have enough gear to create the content that I want to, whether it's short form content for a little behind the scenes to capture photos, a little bit more dedicated videos for YouTube with having more focal range, or a little bit more of a bigger setup where I have a nice kind of Osmo Pocket 3 style for vlogging camera, my 35-150 for behind the scenes of kind of cinematic roll videos or anything like that, but as well to capture some nice focal range photos that I'm able to do everything I need to within just these sizes of camera bags that work out best for my needs. So if you have any questions or anything that you would like to add to today's video, make sure to leave a comment down below and let's get to discussing. What's your, type of minimalistic camera setup that you have that maybe other people could benefit from? I would love to know your thoughts when it comes down to that, because everybody's gonna have different needs and different gear, but it's always nice to see what works out for other people so you can get inspired and hopefully use it to your benefit. Because at the end of the day, all these videos are for, it's not to flex on the gear, but it's to give you the options that you could have to be able to create the content that you want to do. Because at the end of the day, there's so much gear out there. There's so many brands that bring out very great gear and affordable prices now with everything, that there's bound to be something that will work out for your budget, that will work out for your needs, and that will work out for the performance that you want. So might as well go ahead, have fun, enjoy whatever's out there that will work out for best for you, and just use it to your best advantage, because that's what I did today, and I appreciate you making it this far into the video to even get to this message. But with all that said and done, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to this video with a friend. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.